Welcome to Ghostly. Welcome to Ghostly.
Is Mystery Place haunted?
Ghostly is a podcast that comes out every other week. In each episode, we take a ghost story or a paranormal event and look into its complete history. Rebecca then gives us evidence proving that the story is real. And my job is to debate those pieces of evidence and get you, the listener, prepared to vote on if it's real or not. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, we're your host. I'm Pat, and that's Rebecca. And actually, in this episode, we have a guest, a special guest. We have Katie Brissick with us today, and she's never been on Ghostly before.
No.
And we're really excited, and she has no idea what episode this is. That's why it's a mystery. Katie, welcome to Ghostly.
Hello, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to me talking and being a guest on your podcast. This is off to a strong start.
It is. Well, we've been wanting you on forever.
I mean, we fangirl over you because, Attack of the Snack, come on. That is one of the best podcasts ever made.
I don't know about that, but thank you so much for liking it. Thank you.
And
fun.
of course, also, the funny one, the other funny one that I can't think of the name of right now.
The other funny one?
The podcast that we're all on.
Oh, Freak of the Week?
There it is.
Yeah.
Also on Freak of the Week.
The
right?
funny one?
The funny one that
Attack
we like.
of the Snack is funny,
it's
too.
very funny. It is
know.
actually very funny.
Yeah.
But also Freak of the Week. Yeah.
So we had some listeners write in and ask us for a guest that knew nothing about an episode to come on.
No preparation.
So we made sure. So do you have any idea what this episode's about?
I do not, but your smiling faces scare me a little bit. But I do not.
And also, you are the first person to record with us in Ghostly Studio.
It's very nice.
Yeah, we're almost done, almost finished. With
Almost there. We got one more piece today. We're gonna. We're getting close.
And because of Attack of the Snack, we also bought you 3 snacks, and we would like you to rank them during our break too.
All right.
So.
All right. Sounds good.
We're not going to make you eat on air. Don't
Thank you.
worry.
Yeah.
But we'll when we take a break, we'll try the snacks and we'll come back.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the big reveal part now.
Dun dun dun.
This episode is going to be about Dock Street Theater.
Everyone
It's
knows
in
Dock Street
Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And, the reason why is because, you're a theater person.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
How many theaters would you say that you've been in your life? Just guess.
Billions.
Billions. Wow.
But quite a few.
And you've performed in some, and you have performed in one of them that is allegedly haunted.
The Rialto and Joliet?
No, that one is
That
too,
one is, yeah.
but
From there.
the Arcada.
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 Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. Arcada in St.
Also
Charles.
haunted?
is
Okay.
also
Did you ever
haunted
see any
too.
ghosts there?
No, I have not.
Ah.
No.
Okay.
So, so we thought we'd go with the theater kind of
I
thing.
love it. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on all the lists of some most haunted theaters and some good ghost stories going on there.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
All right.
Me
So
too.
this is the part where we would usually do shout outs. There are no shout outs this time, but usually we would give them for anyone that gives us a review on Apple Podcasts or anyone that joins Patreon. Actually, we do have a new
I was gonna
Patreon
say, I
person.
thought we have a new Patreon.
Yeah, we have Steve.
Yeah.
Steve
Yay,
joined us on
Steve.
Patreon.
Yeah.
But
So,
also, I would
thanks,
like to
Steve.
take this time to give a shout out to everybody that listened to episodes in October because we had over 15,000 downloads in October.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. And I know a lot of you are still going to be catching up on all those episodes because we put out a lot in a row. So we're excited to hear what you think
Yeah.
as we go forward, as we listen.
Are you all caught up, Katie?
I'm not totally caught up. I'm caught up on all of October, though.
Oh,
All
okay,
the Haunted
good.
Cemeteries caught up.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, just in case they ask me.
She's prepared. All right. So we have a listener mail, right?
I was going to say, let's do some listener mail. So we have a listener mail from Brandy. Now, Brandy, I'm so sorry. This is another one that I found from like a year ago. So I apologize. There were a couple that I think I saved for, I don't know what reason. But anyways, I'm happy we're getting to it now. So here we go. All right. Brandy says, I was going through a tough time in a relationship when I was 23. I wanted to break up with my boyfriend.
Wait, who wasn't going through a tough time in a relationship at 23?
Right. What's my age again? Sorry. All right. I wanted to break up with my boyfriend, but was afraid to do it. I moved back in with my mom and stepdad in an old 1930s craftsman style house. I had lived there previously when I was in high school with no experiences. I noticed strange sounds in my room first, and that both my cats didn't like to come into my room.
Big red flag.
Yeah, big red flag. It started getting heavier in there. I talked to my mom about it, and she told me she had also experienced something frightening in there, but she believed it was Archangel Michael's powerful presence that scared her. Now, my mom would be one to mistake an angel for a demon, but that's a whole different story. LOL. After a week...
Wait, I feel like I want to hear that story now.
I know, right? I'm like, wow. After a week or so, I heard clawing sounds on the outside of my windows, but I couldn't see anything.
It's the cats.
On the outside of the windows?
They finally want to get in.
The things that happened only happened in that room. My cats now refused to enter the room. When I picked them up and forced them in, they would both hiss and scream at the walls. Oh my gosh. Their fur would stand on end and they would both attack something I couldn't see. I didn't try to force them in after that. Sometimes I slept on the couch downstairs with no disturbances, but anytime I tried to sleep in that room, things happened. The next significant thing was footsteps walking from one side of the room around my bed and then sat down on the bed next to me. Sorry, Katie is shaking her head. Nope. Okay, wait. I'm reading this sentence again. The next significant thing was footsteps walking from one side of the room around my bed and then sat down on the bed next to me. And then I heard it speak.
Wait, this all seems natural. I mean, it just seems the house is creaking.
I could not make it out what it said as I ran out of the room to sleep downstairs. Yes, only logical option there. The final thing that happened was I just laid down. I really don't know why I kept trying to sleep in there.
She's so brave.
So brave.
No.
I mean, so you're like, oh man, but the bed is so comfortable.
It's worth the clawing on the windows.
Right? And pulled the comforter up to my chin. I had a light on in my fish tank, so it wasn't too dark. Poor fish in the haunted room. All of a sudden, the blanket and sheet lifted off me and flew across the room. I watched this thinking, oh God, this is really happening. This is seriously terrifying. I ran out of the room screaming for my mom. Yeah. The next day, I moved back in with my boyfriend. 4 years later, I did break up with that boyfriend and had to stay in that house, in the same room with one of the two cats, but nothing ever happened again. I only stayed there briefly, though, while looking for a new place to live after the breakup. I'm almost 50 years old now, and there has not been a single day that has gone by that I haven't thought about this. I never saw it. Nothing caused me any physical pain or injuries. I just want to know what it was. My best guess is that it was a poltergeist. I have many other experiences, but they are all positive, mostly communication with family that has passed. These things have made me a believer. Always look forward to your shows. Brandy.
Aw, that was really sweet.
That was about the most dramatic listener mail I think we've ever had.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Terrifying.
I can totally see the sheets coming off like the bed and be like, this is happening. Like
This
just
is
disassociating
happening.
from it.
Right,
Like, this is-
exactly.
what? I don't know.
And you just keep trying to go in. They're like, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. Come on. I was imagining it. I can sleep in there. And then.
Well,
no.
I don't debate listener mail unless they tell me to, so I'm not going to
Sometimes
debate
they
this
ask.
one. Yeah.
Sometimes they ask, but
Yeah.
she did not. So.
All right. Well, if you want to send us a spooky story, you can send it to info@ghostlypodcast.com or use the contact us form on ghostlypodcast.com. Or Rebecca, there's another way, right?
Yeah, you can actually send us mail, like real physical mail, to P.O. Box 264, Geneva, Illinois 60134. And of course, you're not going to remember this, so just go to ghostlypodcast.com and it's all at the bottom of the page.
Absolutely.
All right. It's your favorite time.
What?
Yeah. You've had a break
I've had a break in what?
in the polls.
Oh, come on. We don't need to do the polls.
Of course
There's too many now.
Yeah. Sorry. We got to catch ourselves up.
All right.
All right. So prediction. We're going to start with Benjamin Franklin.
Prediction.
So, yeah. What do you, Katie, do you think Pat won or I won for Benjamin Franklin?
I feel like Pat won. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Benjamin Franklin.
That's
sorry.
all right. Yeah. He did. Yes was 31.3 and no was 68.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
I might win them all.
Well, we'll see. What was the overall rating for?
Oh, the overall rating for that one is 2.81. So very low.
Very low.
Very low.
Very low. All right, here we go. Let's get to the cemetery. So Graceland Cemetery, which is in Chicago. Yes, 66.7%.
I thought you were going to do predictions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, too late now. We'll do it for the next. I didn't know if we want to do that I didn't want to put you on the spot for each one, but we'll do the next one. All right. So I was just excited. Okay. Because it's yes, 66.7% and no 33.3. So
I might lose all the cemeteries.
But
I don't know.
Graceland definitely haunted. And what was the rating?
5.25.
Yeah, that's pretty high. Yeah.
It is actually the second lowest out of all these.
Oh, you
Yeah.
might have given things away there. I don't know. So St. Louis Cemetery number 1 in New Orleans. What do you think, Katie?
Oh, that one, yes.
Right?
Have you been there before?
No.
Oh, it is really cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Have you been to Graceland before?
I have. Yes, that I
Yes.
have been.
Graceland's really cool too.
It is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
So it was yes 75% and no 25% for
Oh
St.
my
Louis
God.
in New Orleans. And what was the overall rating?
5.67.
All right, here we go. Okay, I am so excited for this next one. Highgate Cemetery, London. What did you think, Katie?
I think no for that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You went no on that one. Well, you're in the minority. I have never seen this before. Yes, 90.9%.
Wow.
For a vampire.
For a vampire.
Well,
And
it's a
plenty
ghost
of other
just dressed
spooky
like a
things.
vampire, right?
That's
We just-
exactly. That's what we decided. Yes. People just think he's a vampire. And then no 9.09%.
I love how you say that we decided. I didn't decide that. I decided there was a vampire that wasn't there. That's what I decided. And the overall rating is 6.82.
Again, is that the highest we've ever had? We might have had one, but
I don't know. I got to look back.
you have to look back.
Yeah.
But that was great. Okay, last one. Here we go. Stoll Cemetery in Kansas. This was the gate to hell.
For sure, yes.
For sure, yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Yes, 62.
Oh, wait. Actually, no.
No?
No, it's reversed. I reversed them there.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm positive.
His face
All
is
right,
serious.
his face is serious. I
Serious.
guess
Positive.
I'll believe him.
Yeah.
So then it's yes 37.5 and no 62.5.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the
Exactly.
rating though? What was the rating?
4.75.
That's pretty high.
The lowest one out of all the cemeteries, Rebecca.
Yeah, but higher than Ben Franklin.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff is higher than Ben Franklin.
Like his kites.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
his kites.
gotcha. Okay.
Yes. All right.
Well, that was really bad. That was like ripping a Band-Aid off.
That was fantastic.
But that was like slowly pulling a Band-Aid off.
So overall, cemeteries haunted.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's what we decided.
And there's no such thing as gates to hell. That's what we decided to.
Whatever, kicking everyone out at
Whatever.
11:30.
Exactly. Exactly. Like suspicious. Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to hear a ghost story? All right. We're gonna hear a ghost story about
I guess
Dock Street.
I guess I will. And I'll
Okay.
be quiet.
Thank you.
It's time for a spooky tale from Rebecca.
It's always a busy time when we're putting on a new show. Casting, rehearsing, props, lighting. It takes a team and a lot of hours. I'm in theater tech and do lighting for shows. I got hired recently to work on a show at the Dock Street Theater in Charleston. Things have been great. Nice people, beautiful theater. I'm hoping I end up staying here for a while. Even with what happened, what I saw. I've always heard the stories about haunted theaters. It seems like everyone has a ghost story sometimes, but this was the first time I've actually seen anything. I was working one night. I stayed late because we had just gotten in some new equipment and I wanted to get it set up before our rehearsal the next day. This one had me up on the catwalks, putting in a new light. I was very focused on what I was doing and not paying much attention to anything else. My coworker John was in the booth, ready to test things once I got them set up. He had just radioed me to tell me some stupid joke and rag on me for being so slow. When I looked up for a moment, because I was laughing, groaning at him, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something moving in the balcony off to my left. Nothing should have been moving, so I quickly turned my head to focus and see what was there, not really expecting to see anything. But I did. There was a woman. She looked old, maybe? And she was dressed in red, I think. She was just standing there. And I didn't know what to do. Who was this person? I shouted, "Hey!" But she didn't look up. So I radioed back down to John. "John, there's a woman standing in the balcony off to the left. Can you see who she is?" He took a few extra seconds to reply. He said, "Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do about her. She just likes to be here and watch. We haven't been able to get her to leave. Though she's probably gone by now." "What?" I asked. And then I looked back, and she was gone. I looked to see where she had gone, but I couldn't find her. "John, what are you saying?" "I'm saying she's a spirit who lives here, and there's nothing we can do. But she's harmless." Needless to say, I was shocked at how cavalier he was about this. I hurried up and finished my work and made my way back down to him. Not gonna lie, I was turning my head to look 360 the whole way there. John told me about her and what people say happened to her. It sounds like she's just part of the place. Like I said, I like working here, and I wouldn't mind working here again. But I won't ever be here alone, that's for sure.
All right, Rebecca. The question I always ask, how much of that is made up?
So,
All of it.
yeah. I mean, like, the ghost is the ghost that we're going to talk about, but this is a made-up version of
Do they
someone
actually have a
seeing her.
catwalk?
Oh, this is a big theater, so I
Okay.
assume they do. Of some
I hate
sort.
catwalks. I hate them.
They're
Love
scary.
them. They're
Do
my
you?
favorite, yes.
Yeah.
I did theater tech in high school, and seriously, like I had to get up on the catwalk, and I was like, nope,
Okay. Are you afraid of heights? Or?
I'll take an F. I'm afraid of heights in certain scenarios,
Okay.
and that's one of them, where it feels like very unsafe.
It does feel unsafe.
Yeah.
It feels safe and dangerous and exciting.
Yeah, that is true.
Wow.
It was not my favorite thing to do, but I don't mind it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a small break, and then when we return, we will get to the Pat Facts.
Pat facts.
Throughout our time doing Ghostly, we've met a lot of great people. People that don't always fit into our episode schedule. And even when they do, we try to focus on the topic of the episode, and we don't really get a chance to get to know them as a person.
That's why we came up with the idea of Ghostly X. Ghostly X will come out on the weeks when there is no regular Ghostly episode.
And it'll have interviews with amazing people and listener feedback from previous episodes. We also can't wait to talk about the paranormal in the news.
We're very proud of this project, and we can't wait to share it with you.
Ghostly X is a Patreon exclusive. You can start listening now by going to ghostlypodcast.com and clicking on the Patreon link in the menu bar to become a patron and help support Ghostly by listening to our brand new show.
Facts. From a skeptic point of view. Facts. He presents it all to you. Facts.
All right, we're back, and the Pat Facts are sponsored by Tarot by Ta.
Ta is a professional tarot card reader with over 20 years of experience.
He reads at numerous public events, private parties, and personal appointments throughout the greater Chicagoland area.
He also does his readings worldwide using online services like Zoom.
And Katie, the best part about Ta is that he's #Team Skeptic.
That's great.
To find out more about Ta, visit and like his Facebook page at facebook.com/tarot by Ta.
Okay, so we're going to get into the Pat Facts, but I want to know, after hearing that ghost story, what are your thoughts already? You thinking this place is really haunted?
I mean, I do feel like that's a common thing for theaters to have someone who just likes to watch, because I would love to haunt a theater. See all those shows? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
if you think about it, what a great place to haunt.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
What if it was a bad theater, though? Like, they did nothing but really bad shows.
I mean, then I guess you can make fun of the shows to
Yeah,
yourself.
To yourself?
Yeah.
Maybe try to
Uh-huh.
sabotage them?
Ooh. Or health.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Add to the production.
Like, I swear this costume was ripped yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Well, so the Dock Street Theater was originally made in 1736, and that makes it the oldest theater in North America. Yeah.
It's
Ripe for ghosts.
ripe for ghosts. Yes, definitely.
It was built on the corner of Church and Dock Street, which is how it got its name, Dock Street Theater. But now it's called Queen Street. So
Okay,
there's no more
so-
Dock Street.
Which is
That's-
funny because when it was Dock Street, we were under the Queen. 'Cause
Oh,
it was
that's true, yeah.
1736, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we weren't under the Queen.
Oh, no.
It was under a king, yeah.
That's true.
Who had a queen.
Who had a queen, maybe. In Charleston, South Carolina, it was the first building in America built exclusively to be used for theatrical performances. So that's why we picked this one, because we knew you could relate to this. And it also had the first opera performance in America.
Oh, wow.
It's a big deal theater.
Yeah, but sadly though, there was a fire. You know, theaters are prone to fires, especially in those olden days. And it burnt to the ground in 1740, so it was only open for 4 years. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's no electricity yet. So it's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
candlelight and...
Yeah, pretty much everything was prone to
and,
fires.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was all
exactly.
flammable stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And the fire brigade had to use like their Flintstone mobile where they had to use their feet underneath it and run with it.
Did they
think
have
I saw
buckets?
that. In 1809, they built a hotel, which was called the Planters Hotel, on the site of the old theater. In 1835, to keep up with the look of Church Street, they added the wrought iron balcony and sandstone columns. And a number of notable persons worked and patronized the Planters Hotel, including the noted 19th century actor Junius Brutus Booth.
Ooh,
Father-
does that name, wait.
Yeah.
Does that name mean anything to you?
Not that specific name, but
Okay.
perhaps a nearby name.
He was father of Edwin and this other person named John Wilkes Booth.
That name sounds slightly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Just in case anyone doesn't know who John Wilkes Booth is. You want
yeah.
to tell them?
Oh, yeah. He assassinated Lincoln.
There you
so,
go. I mean,
yeah.
we
in a
should
theater.
all know, but yes, exactly. He
In
was
a-
an actor.
Yeah. And it was in a theater that he did it too.
Yep,
So,
it was. And I guess his father was also an actor.
and he didn't kill anybody.
No,
So-
not that we know of.
that we know of.
Setting
yeah.
the bar low, but good
Exactly.
job. Yeah.
Robert Smalls, an African-American Civil War hero who stole the steamboat in the harbor and sailed it out past the Confederate-held Fort Sumter and turned it over to the blockading Union fleet, served as a waiter in the hotel's dining room prior to the war.
Oh, wow. So he was, I would say that's a hero. He stole a boat, took it out past the blockade. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that just seems like he was showboating a little bit there, though. Sorry.
I have to go.
Charleston's famed Planter's Punch was first introduced here. So I've never had Planter's Punch.
I was going to say, do you know what that is? 'Cause
It's
I
a
don't.
drink. It's an alcoholic beverage. Yeah. Have you ever had it, Katie?
No, I have not heard of it until.
Oh, maybe you should have that on Attack of the Snack one time. Now, is a drink a snack?
I mean, Philip says no. Like a liquid is never a snack ever.
What do you say, though?
Probably still the same, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the closest I come is a milkshake. 'Cause it's
What
not
about like a
quite
Bloody
liquid.
Mary, though? It has all those snack stuff on the top.
Sure, then the snack stuff on the top is a snack.
I saw one with the chicken on top, like a whole chicken
Like
on top of
rotisserie
it.
chicken?
Yeah,
Or like a live
rotisserie
chicken just chilling. Like,
No, it
That's
wasn't
insane.
live anymore, unfortunately.
Okay.
If it was, that was pretty scary. I don't know.
So wait, now just really quick. So well, first of all, I agree that a drink. I will always give up drinks for food. Like
Yeah.
I am just the
always.
opposite. I will give
Okay.
up food for drink,
That's
Okay.
yeah. Can't comprehend.
especially cold drinks. I love cold
I
drinks.
see. Okay, but really quick. So Planter's Punch, traditional recipe calls for rum, lime, bitters, and sugar syrup. But it can, of course, be changed with the amount of all of those things. And I'm sure they, it looks like you can add pineapple or orange
Ooh,
or things
pineapple.
like that in it.
I like
too.
pineapple.
And you can add club soda for a slightly lighter variation.
So
of the
basically,
drink.
every time you have it, it's going to be totally different.
Well, rum, lime, bitters, and sugar syrup sounds fantastic.
It does sound good.
Yeah,
I
With-
that actually sounds
with
like
an
it doesn't sound
optional
like punch.
pineapple.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like an actual drink.
Yeah. All right. So after the Civil War, the Planters Hotel fell into disrepair. It was actually slated for demolition, but in 1935, a person by the name of Milton Pearlston gave the property to the city of Charleston. This was at the height of the Great Depression, too.
Oh yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the then mayor, Burnett Maybank, I love that name.
It is a great name.
Yeah.
Great name.
Proposed that it be used as a Depression era WPA, which is a Works Progress Administration program. The WPA was part of the New Deal that was created by President Roosevelt. And the WPA gave jobs to roughly 8.5 million Americans. They worked on schools, hospitals, roads, and other public works.
Have you Kate, did you ever read any stuff by artists or the people that did the WPA stuff? There was a lot of Langston Hughes and different artists actually were hired, and they literally would just go out and interview people.
Oh,
That was
I did not
part
know
of their
that.
job. They were
Okay.
just it was hey, we'll pay you to go talk to people and record.
Yeah,
their
they have that in the
stories.
mall.
Okay.
People run up to me and start asking me questions and stuff. And
But then a lot of plays and novels and all sorts of things were then written based on the stories that people heard.
now the
very
WPA was
Yeah.
the WPA was only in existence for 8 years
Yeah.
too.
And so much stuff came from it.
Well,
We have so
8.5
much-
million people were.
Right.
That's-
on it.
They just
huge.
fanned out across
Yeah.
the country. And again, yeah, they definitely worked on stuff. But again, part of it was just literally hey, go record stuff. And we want, we've there's a lot of information we have because of the WPA.
Wow. Okay.
So Raisin in the Sun is
Okay.
the play I always think of.
Okay.
That was
Never heard of it.
Really?
Yeah, I
Right,
never heard of
inspired.
it.
Never had to
Sorry.
read it? Okay.
No, never had to read that one.
okay.
My school gave us cool books to read.
Oh, okay. What's a cool book?
Soul Catcher was one,
Oh,
written by the guy that wrote Dune.
okay.
Yeah, I can't remember his name though off the top of my head. Frank Hubert or something like that. I might just be making that
No,
up.
then I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
might be right.
But anyways, yeah, that was
Okay.
that was
you
one of
went
them.
as an all boys school, right?
It was an all boys school,
So
and they
wanted
wanted
you to read.
they wanted to encourage us to read, so they gave us they had some traditional books of Mice and Men and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
then they would have some other ones. Johnny Got a Gun was another one.
Oh,
That's what the Metallica one video was based off of.
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that he lost his legs and arms.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going way off topic.
I'm
here.
sorry, I got us off topic. But I just love the WPA. It's such a cool thing. Anyways,
So at that time, the present theater was constructed within the shell of the Planters Hotel. So it wasn't until 1935 that it was actually a theater again. The hotel's grand foyer became the grand foyer of the theater, and the hotel's dining room now serves as the box office lobby. The woodwork and mantels of the second floor drawing room were salvaged from the Radcliffe King Mansion in about 1799.
Okay.
The building was raised to build the College of Charleston's gymnasium. So they took down this beautiful building to build a gym.
Oh.
Yeah. But they salvaged some of the woodwork, at least.
Okay.
Modeled on the 18th century London Playhouse by Charleston architecture and pioneer preservationist Albert Simons, the present Dock Street Theater stage house and auditorium were built in the hotel's courtyard. The local carpenters who were put to work as part of this Depression-era relief effort used locally grown and milled native black cypress for the wooden interior. Following this $350,000 renovation, the historic Dock Street Theater's second grand opening took place on November 26, 1937.
Okay.
So Dock Street Theater was closed again in 2007 for a major renovation, though for good things. And I'm sure it was closed in 2020 as well. It cost $19 million, that renovation. And it was closed
when?
in 2007.
Oh, okay. All right. So
And it
not
was-
that long, but long.
But it was closed for 3 years
Wow.
to do the renovations.
Okay.
You taking notes?
Yeah.
Okay. This extensive full-scale renovation brought the historic theater into the 21st century with state-of-the-art lighting and sounds and modern heating and that thing called air conditioning. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Oh, nice.
And a new restroom and seats.
Okay.
So all the things.
All the
basically.
things. Yeah, they pretty much tore it down and rebuilt it. Dock Street Theater is home to many of the city's cultural institutions, including the Spolette Festival USA, Charleston Stage, which became the resident professional theater at Dock Street Theater in 1978. And it produces over 120 performances each season and plays to more than 40,000 patrons annually.
Wow.
That's a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I mean, doing like one sketch show, I'm like, I don't ever want to do this again. It's like, I can't imagine doing 120 performances
Wow.
in a year. In addition, more than 15,000 South Carolinians,
Yeah, right.
would that be how
No,
you'd
that
say
sounds
it?
good.
South Carolinian students enjoy special school day performances offered by Charleston Stage each year at the historic Dock Street Theater.
Wow.
So that's all the history that I have. Do you have anything to add, Rebecca?
No, I mean it's pretty cool. I mean it just keeps sticking around no matter how many times people try to close it, try to rebuild it,
Yeah.
or it will be rebuilt, no matter what happens.
Well, if they build it,
If they
they
build
will
it,
come.
they will
Yeah.
come, and it's successful, and that's pretty amazing. Like how many theaters close and then that's it,
yeah, especially the oldest in America too.
right? And it wasn't even necessarily like they kept it open because of that. It was just like just people liked.
The spot was destined to be a theater.
Mhm. So, okay, Katie, any red flags that you heard during that would make you think it's haunted?
Oh, hotel, 100%. Like hotel.
Just the
sorry.
word hotel?
Yeah. No, if it was a hotel for a long time, since it was Depression era, that too, I feel like things have more of a, because there's a lot of energy, like negative or like struggling
Sure.
energy. So I feel like that energy too, like is heightened. So yeah,
So
hotel.
You're
Depression
ready to
era
say that
stuff.
this is haunted already.
I mean, I don't
so.
know, but signs point to yes. I mean,
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. Katie's going to have some snacks and rank them for us when we come back.
We're gonna have them too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're going to come
I'm
back
just
for
gonna
the
sit
debate.
and watch me eat.
Yeah, we're going to watch you eat.
Great.
And it's all super crunchy stuff
Yeah, great,
too.
great.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So we will be right back.
Pat, what do creepy stories, funny ghost memes, and inside ghostly information have in common?
My life.
Well, yes, but no, it's also Ghostly Society on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that too, of course. But aren't all ghostly listeners in Ghostly Society?
Not yet.
What? I mean, that means that they're missing out on all my jokes.
Yeah, they are. And missing out on chatting and sharing with other listeners and us, of course.
We love talking to our listeners. If you haven't yet, you should consider joining our private group on Facebook called Ghostly Society.
Let's hope now they will.
Unless they're a woman in white.
Uh-oh. All right, we are back.
We are back, yes.
We've got Katie with us.
Yes.
And if you haven't listened to Attack of the Snack, you should. I know we haven't had a new episode in a while.
No, we're on hiatus. It might be eternal. We
That's,
don't know.
That's okay. It's sad. I wanted to
But
be
the
on
back
it.
catalog is there, and it is so good.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Everyone loves snacks. So I decided to get some fall snacks for us to try today. And the place I went was Trader Joe's because that's what I think of
They have a lot of good snacks.
when I think
Yeah,
of
they
snacks
do.
and
Yeah.
like different snacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Our first snack
the first snack.
was cornbread crisps from Trader Joe's. Sweet and salty cornbread snack.
All right.
Okay.
yeah.
So just general impressions. What did we think of the cornbread crisps?
You want to go first, Katie?
Sure, they
Since
were
you're
really
the snack
good.
expert?
I would say,
Yeah.
because you could eat them naked. You could put something on them, as we briefly discussed. We
Yeah.
weren't really sure what we'd put on them, but
No.
we're like, we could put something.
They're
on
like
them.
slightly sweet, but not like crazy.
You could do some
Yes.
kind of cream cheese thing on it, I think. If it was
Ooh.
like, yeah.
Hmm.
So they're, you know,
Alright.
yeah, I really liked them. They were slightly sweet, but a cracker. It was like
Satisfying cracker crunch.
all of the snacks like kind of surprised me, I would
Okay.
say.
Maybe you could put it with like cornbread stuffing,
Ooh.
like
Oh,
as a
okay.
topping or something.
I feel like it's like a Thanksgiving Day appetizer. We're making it sort of
Exactly,
like,
right?
But then
how
that's-
fancy I am, everybody.
That's no longer a snack then, right?
Well, that's true. At that
That
point,
becomes
it's not
a
a
meal.
snack. That's a meal.
Is stuffing a snack?
I mean, if you put it on a cornbread bread.
Okay, yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Say then now we're
you're-
back to
oh,
there's like
now,
little
then
now
put a
I'm
little
gonna
cheese
say.
on. Oh
Yeah,
my
now
god!
I'm like,
All right,
now it's a
we've gone.
fancy snack.
That's a fancy snack. All right,
Cheese Whiz would go good on them too, I think.
no.
Or that canned spreadable cheese thing. That,
No.
yeah.
All right. Next, okay. So this, I keep seeing them, and so I thought I'm gonna just try it. I don't know what they are. Okay, so they're called Bomba puffed peanut and corn snacks, and I would say they look like a cheese puff.
They do. They look
And
exactly like a cheese
consistency
puff.
is like a cheese puff.
And they
That's where
stank.
that stops.
They stank.
They
Yeah, that was our first. All of
That
us
was-
were like, "Ooh."
There was a stank to the
Like,
bag.
that's- Yeah,
It
it's
was
an
like
earthy
a-
smell.
yeah, like a slight peanut buttery smell, sort of,
Yeah.
but not like fake.
Yeah, like peanut butter had been in the attic for a long time.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I found these to be weird because who puts cheese with peanut butter?
Well, people do.
Who?
I mean, I could see that working.
I want names.
I don't know.
I'll start a poll.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like I could see doing that, but my problem with these is that they just didn't have a lot of taste.
No.
No, and
Yeah.
it's like it was like the aftertaste of peanut butter or
Yes.
the smell of peanut butter, but you didn't really taste peanut butter much though.
And no cheese.
No.
No, which was there supposed to be cheese? Or was
I
it
thought there
okay?
was.
'Cause,
I don't
It
know.
looked cheese puffy, but it just tasted like nothing.
No.
And then
I
thought
literally
Patrick put it well. You're like, I feel the peanut butter. I'm like, yeah, right. It's just like got that.
I
like,
guess when I look at it, it just looked like a cheese puff, but it doesn't say cheese. It
I mean-
says peanut and corn.
Okay.
So
Well,
I didn't get any corn.
I didn't get any corn.
I literally could have ate air, and it would have been the same.
Yes, I think that's.
I could have had an air pie.
Yeah.
For the next break, we're all
Yeah.
having air pie.
There you go. All right. So then the last one was another version of the Bamba, puffed peanut and corn snacks with hazelnut cream filling. So these, I said they looked like combos, but what did they end up actually being like? What would you say?
Like a floaty cracker with some hazelnut. I don't know, because you're right. The outside still didn't have a whole lot of taste or
Yeah.
anything, which was fine because the hazelnut's strong. The texture is kind of different. It wasn't cheese puffy. It wasn't quite crackery. It was like a combination of a cracker and a cheese puff.
Right. Oh, I see. They made eyes using them on the packaging. That's kind of fun.
All right, I would say that it tasted like a cheese puff that somehow they snuck some hazelnut in, which was weird and not as bad as I would have thought it was going to be if somebody just described that to me.
I
So
agree. I
as
liked
far
it more
as
than I thought.
as far as rankings go,
Yes.
I'm going to put the cornbread one first, and the hazelnut one second, and then that weird peanut butter one last.
All right.
And if I could put it further down, I would probably.
Okay. All right. How about
What-
for you?
yeah.
Katie?
Oh, as much as I'd like to be like, my ranking's different, it's the exact same. Yes, the
Okay.
cornbread crisp was clearly the winner. The hazelnut ones were good. Like, I would eat those again.
Yeah.
The plain ones, no.
No.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
Someone I didn't like, maybe I'd be like, hey, try these.
Yeah.
Get a big whiff of that bag first.
I feel like if you had a party and you put these in a bowl, people would think, "Oh, you got cheese puffs,"
Yes.
and they
Oh,
would eat
man.
them and
That's
they
so
would be
mean.
so
Yeah,
surprised.
Right? Disappointed. Just
Like, why do I
disappointed.
taste fake peanut butter?
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's not actually.
I don't even know if I taste it. I just smell it or I feel it or
That's
something.
true.
I don't even
Feel
know.
it in your bones.
Yeah.
It's like cardboard followed by aftertaste
Yeah.
of peanut butter.
Yeah.
All right.
And that sticky feeling in your mouth.
So I'm actually having a little bit of trouble. So for
Ooh.
me, the cornbread for sure is number one. Like that's just like hands down. Like I literally told
Easy.
Katie about these a year ago, and I was so excited when I saw them again today because I was like, oh, these were great when I got them last time, and I told her about them, and I don't know if she had them, so I was happy to get them, but. I didn't like either of the other two.
But
like
you gotta rank 'em.
You gotta.
Becca, search your soul, rank them.
My only thing is, I love hazelnut. I do, but like not in this format. Like it wasn't enough.
Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. Please, God, not like this.
And it's like it almost wasn't enough hazelnut, and again, it wasn't the right format to deliver the hazelnut to me. So I almost would rather have the air puff. I
Okay.
almost would rather have the air puff than the like slight
Wow.
bit of hazelnut. At least with the air puff, it didn't taste like anything. And then
No.
I had a slight peanut buttery after flavor in my mouth, which wasn't great, but
Or you thought of
Yeah.
peanut butter or something afterwards.
thought-
I don't know exactly
maybe
how
I
that
go
works.
get
Reminiscent
some
of peanut
actual
butter.
peanut butter.
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe I do them in a different order, but it's difficult. It's difficult. Now, one of the best things that we didn't talk about, because it's not a snack, we talked about this,
Yeah.
drinks are not snacks, but they also had sparkling Honeycrisp apple juice, and I think it's delicious.
I agree. It was really good.
I mean, I will say I would much rather have Sinister coffee than to have that, but it was horrible. I mean, I'm just gonna say it was horrible to me. I don't like sparkling water or sparkling anything like that. I don't like that taste.
Yeah. So, Pat, I noticed though that you kept some of your snacks over there. Are you going to eat another? We both ate two.
I ate 2 of the hazelnut one
Yeah.
just because I was like, wait, what did I just eat? I don't even remember.
I just assumed he was going to scrapbook those. That's
Yeah.
why he kept them
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I
press them.
see.
I'm gonna press them in a book.
Wax paper.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
All right. I gotcha.
No, I just put it there for my ratings. I want to remember what I was gonna say. You know?
The visual cue of like, oh, yes.
Well, I mean, I want to thank Katie for coming on the show, and because of that, we did the snacks. So that was we've never done this before on
mini
Ghostly.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me to be here and for making me feel at home with snacks.
Aw,
Yeah.
there you go.
What was the worst snack that you ever had though?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't. He had some, I think, unicorn poop that was just like just a stale marshmallow. It tasted like nothing. Yeah, that was probably
Yeah.
the worst. I think.
And he's a
Yeah.
big fan of snack sticks, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like snack sticks?
I do, not as much as Philip, but I
Okay.
do like them.
I don't think. What are snack sticks?
They're meat sticks.
Yeah, like Slim
Oh.
Jims. You
Yeah.
like Slim Jims a lot.
No,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
not. Not a
I
fan.
enjoy a good Slim Jim occasionally.
Well, I'm not okay. It's hard not to do.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
None of these snacks are sponsoring
None
us
of
right now.
these,
Trader
right.
Joe's did not sponsor
No,
us.
not at
All right,
all.
let's just get to the debate
Well,
here
I was just
now.
gonna say we need to get to the ghost.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah,
here to
sign
hear
up
about
for
this
this,
haunted
yeah.
theater."
Right.
All right, but hopefully you're ready now for your fall seasonal snacks. Okay, so we're gonna start with the most common ghost sighting at Dock Street Theater, and this is what relates to our story from the beginning. So the most commonly seen guest, quote, is Nettie Dickerson.
Of course, it's Nettie Dickerson.
Another good name.
It is
Yeah.
a great name, right? She was a prostitute at the Planters Hotel.
Oh, I thought that was an upscale hotel.
Well, we'll see.
Prostitutes can be at upscale hotels.
I guess they can, yeah.
I've been to Vegas? I don't know.
Vegas is different, and you don't talk about Vegas
Okay.
outside of Vegas. Yeah,
I thought you don't talk about what you do.
Yeah, I
Vegas.
didn't think you couldn't do Vegas. No, you can't even talk about Vegas.
I don't even mention
No one
Vegas.
can talk about Vegas.
All right. So there's slight variations of this story. Okay. But this is the one we're going with. So she worked at a local church, but she was
As a prostitute?
no.
Oh, okay.
She just worked there. But she was frustrated that at 25 she was not married yet. And back then we're talking spinster territory,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So she saved up all of her money and she bought a fancy red dress and she was like, I'm going to work at the hotel because I'm going to meet somebody who's going to marry me, which I think was a faulty thought on her part. I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, how maybe she was like Julia Roberts, you know,
Pretty Woman?
Pretty Woman happened, you know, but no, this was long before that. But like,
I would just, because hotel people aren't there, right? They're just transient sometimes. So
Right.
the odds of you meeting someone, unless you're going to
Right.
travel with them on their,
Though
I don't know.
I mean, I'm guessing a lot of locals came there though too.
Probably.
I don't know, but all right. So this is from Ghost City. From Ghost City Tours, they say, quote, with her new mindset, looks, and red dress, she adapted well to her new profession. Still bitter at the society that refused to welcome her, she would continue to go to church every Sunday. So even though she had started to go, she still went back to the church.
Well, you have to repent.
I mean, and whenever one of the women, many of whose husbands were Nettie's customers, would cast aspersions or give her an ugly look, she would audaciously confront said woman and her husband. As you can imagine, Nettie's lack of discretion cost her many of her customers and quickly became penniless. Distraught, she snapped. Nettie went out onto the second floor balcony of the Planters while in her red dress and stayed out there despite the brewing storm. She began shouting out disparaging remarks against Charleston's high society, even as the storm intensified. The priest, who still cared for Nettie, rushed out into the street and tried to reason with her. It is said that she then hollered down to him, "You can't save me." And as fate would have it, a bolt of lightning struck Nettie dead.
It's the best story ever. Like, this is where I want to go.
So what do you think? Now, I haven't said the actual ghost part yet.
Yeah.
But what do we think of Nettie's story here?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say some of that might be hyperbole a little
A
bit,
little
maybe.
bit,
Just a little
maybe.
bit?
Just maybe slightly exaggerated, but
What
do
I
you-
hope it's all true because that is an exciting story.
Right? Like, I wonder what she would yell out to the storm.
They're disparaging, all right?
Right?
Storm,
Just,
everything.
You know, you can just imagine it like almost like that cartoon, like, you know, just kind of like not actually saying anything.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't
Okay.
really hear what she's saying. You just hear like, "Rah, rah, rah." All right. So according to the Little House of Horrors, Nettie.
The Little House of Horrors.
It's a website.
it's legit.
What kind? Wait. Spell horrors though for us right there
Oh.
because she was a prostitute. I'm just saying.
HORRORS.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Now this I thought was the most extreme of the ghost stories, so I wanted to bring it because that's what I do. Quote, Nettie still haunts the theater in her red dress. The strike of thunder made her lose her beauty in the afterlife. Her zombie-like appearance scares many visitors, though most people just catch a glimpse. Some theater employees say they see her every day, and they've gotten used to her looks. Most of them empathize with the poor woman for not finding in life that what she wanted. Another is from the Southern Spirit Guide. According to author Terence Zepke, her spirit form has been observed by passersby. Additionally, she lingers in the second floor backstage hall, where apparently she appears to be walking on her knees, as the floor was raised during the building's renovations in the 1930s. So Nettie is still walking on the original floors. And that to me was like a more believable thing.
Yeah.
Because that
Little
does
detail.
happen with the ghosts. All right. So that's it. That's what I got.
All
We
right.
got Nettie, prostitute, died by lightning.
Screaming
still
at a storm.
haunts, screaming into the storm.
Yeah.
And priest couldn't save her. And now she haunts the theater.
All right. So, Katie, what are your thoughts first? Because you're going into this totally cold.
Yeah.
I've never heard this ghost story, but you're going into this complete episode cold.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's rough because she wasn't a theater. So I wonder, like, why would she haunt the theater still?
Yeah.
Like, maybe just because that was the space. Maybe she's still looking for love. But that seems strange to me since she perished during the hotel era. Like, why would she hang out and watch the shows?
That's a really good
So,
point.
I don't know. So I don't know.
So, given that the Planters Hotel, that they just put the theater in the courtyard, so the theater wouldn't even have been there during the 1930s at that point.
Yeah.
Until
No.
36 or 37 when it opened. 36, I believe it opened.
Right. So
So-
that's why it's like it's not quite right. Like it's like she's
No.
out because she died from the like falling from the building. So she would have been in the courtyard.
Well, she died because she got struck by lightning.
That's what
I
I'm
mean, not
saying.
because she fell. I
well,
mean,
all right then.
yeah. So I'm going to say no, Rebecca. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
And she's the only ghost that's.
No, there's
she's
other
just-
ghosts.
okay, she's
No,
just the
she's
main
just
one?
the main one, the woman in
main
the red
attraction
dress.
ghost?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. This is the one that people most often
Yeah, the
claim to see.
zombified thing too also seems like
Again,
a strange new thing.
Yeah.
I put that in there because I that was the only place that said that.
It's just one place. Okay.
It was just that was kind of
Okay.
fun, but all the other places are just the general like sightings.
And it's a woman in red, not a woman in white.
Woman in red.
We all know that they have to
Mixing
be
it
a
up.
woman in white. So,
Not today.
Just wait.
oh, geez.
Not done yet.
All right. So, Katie, can you give us a rating between like 0 to 10
I'm
on how haunted?
like a 1.
1.
Based
Wow.
on that one, yeah.
Wow.
Sorry,
That's all
it
right.
just doesn't fit.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Okay.
solid 0 on that one.
Whoa.
So.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, right.
Wow. I'm giving it a 7. 'Cause
7?
this is-
What?
This is the
Rebecca.
when literally every story you read, it's like, yep, saw the woman in red, saw the woman in red. Like that's everyone says that. So
All right.
I'm going with it.
Okay.
All right. The other common ghost
Okay.
seen at the theater is none other than Julius Booth.
The father?
Oh,
The
really?
father, yes.
Oh, okay.
So I found one person who described seeing the ghost at the theater. This is a guy named Lawson.
Just one guy.
Just this guy. Well, no, this is the problem, right? With the ghostly is like, I want to give examples, but it's boring if I just keep reading you like all these
That's true.
examples.
Okay.
Right.
Makes
So
sense.
just this is like representative is
So
what
it's
we're
okay.
talking about. Okay. So quote, I had always heard about Junius Booth, who was murdered by his talent agent.
Yeah, you said Julius up there. so
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
it's Junus.
Junius. Yeah. Sorry.
Junius? Or Junus?
Junius? Probably Junius.
That name has died out over the years,
I
I
don't
think.
know.
Yeah.
Now, some of this I don't know. This is what the story the guy had heard, right? So, who was murdered by his talent agent with a fire poker over his head. Now, he didn't die in the
Wait,
theater.
he died. He died because of he died because of his talent agent with a
him
fire
over the
poker over his head. So he
That's
hit
why
him,
you're-
or he just held it over his head and he died.
No,
That's
he
why you
hit
do your
it.
best to get gigs so
Yeah.
that your talent agent doesn't murder you.
So again, I do not claim that is a true story about him. That is just the story that this man who saw this ghost had heard.
Okay.
Okay. So he says, one night we were working late and I was bringing a speaker from the balcony downstairs into the main theater. The way the doors were held open to get in is that there was a hook that held each door open. I was headed down the steps when a cold wind blew by me. It almost felt like someone had brushed by me, but there was no one except the Union steward, Pete, and myself there at the time. While I ran down the steps, speaker in hand, and hauled asterisk into the main theater when all 4 doors that were latched slammed shut behind me at the same time. Then you could see Pete's dog, and the hair on the back of his neck was standing up, and he started snarling. This happened forever ago, 1990 or so, but I remember it like it was yesterday.
1990 is forever ago.
It is
Now,
kind of.
I'm going to be
Feels
honest.
like last week, actually.
Right? I was
but,
just going to say. Now, I will say, like, people will say that it's Junius or Junius, whatever, Booth, but a lot of articles you read will say, like, he didn't die there. He doesn't have like a super serious connection to the theater. Like, he did perform there, but there's no reason why he would haunt it. So there's a lot of people that think it's a different spirit. People just want it to be this guy because he has like a connection.
I was going
fame.
to ask why they thought it was him.
There's no reason to. They didn't
Okay.
even like see any like corporeal whatever
Just
like ghosts.
saw the connection there.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what do we think about this guy though? Cold wind rushes down, and then all the doors that were hooked close at the same time, and dog is freaking out.
I'm going to let you go first, Katie, on this one as
This
the
one
guest.
sounds way more believable to me. Like this one, yes. The dog, and like the very specific, like I was carrying a speaker. I was going in the main lobby because that's how we remember things. Like I was doing A and B, and then C happened.
Right.
So
All right. Well, I'm going to take it one by one here. I'm going to
Okay.
go with the dogs first. The dog, if the door slammed, the dog would be, startled probably. Dogs don't like stuff like that. They just don't. And so I could definitely see the dog would be panicked by that. And as far as the doors go, I'm not sure if they were all held open by one hook or by multiple hooks on each door.
It says a hook that held each door open. So, I mean, I don't think it was, it would have to,
Yeah.
they each have a hook.
Well, it could have just been like a wind or something like that, or a microclimate.
All the doors.
I knew it was going with microclimate.
All the doors.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah,
All the hooks gave out at one time.
At
Yep.
one time.
at one time. Yeah.
Sorry, did you say the dog was snarling or barking?
Snarling
Yeah, I would
and
say.
standing. The back of his neck was the hair on the back of his neck was standing up, and he started snarling.
But that
that
was
is a
forever
different
ago.
Yes,
reaction
depending
than
on how high strung the
barking.
dog is. But you're right, a normal dog would just
Right.
bark for a little
Yeah.
bit.
But that was forever ago. So just so you know.
Dogs were different back in
Yeah,
1990.
I'm gonna go 0 on this one.
Okay.
Katie, where are you at?
Oh, like a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Right?
What?
Yeah, 7.
I don't
Okay.
think it's Junius Booth.
Right.
I do think,
Like-
yeah, there's something there
Junius.
though.
Yeah, but definitely some sort of ghost. Yes.
Sorry if your name is Junius. I don't mean to make fun of it.
Yes. And if you can help us with pronunciation,
Yeah.
please let us know. All right. 2 more kind of short ones here.
Okay.
So there is a man in a tall hat and overcoat that is sometimes seen in the balcony and sits in on rehearsals. In her book, Ghosts and Legends of Charleston, Denise Roth reports a young woman who saw this gentleman standing in the balcony when she visited. So I don't have the book, so I'm sorry. I don't have that part. But it was in the book. She interviewed somebody who said she saw a man in a top hat sitting in the balcony, and supposedly others have seen him as well. So again, no name attached to this person. This seems more traditional theater haunting of like, I like to hang out and watch kind of thing.
Okay.
That's what I got.
What are your thoughts, Katie?
It's rough because you don't know. I guess sitting in a rehearsal, there's less people, so I don't know. Maybe I'm going to give that one a maybe.
All right. So
I don't
I'm
know.
going
I
to say.
expect to do a number 5.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
okay.
5. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to say that. So if you're on a stage and there's a balcony in this particular thing, there's no way you're seeing the person out there. The lights are super bright. You could barely see people in the first 2 rows.
It's rehearsal though. Are all the lights up for rehearsal?
I'm thinking
Maybe,
so.
Maybe not. What if it's an early rehearsal? You've just got those house
Well, you have
lights
to have
on.
some lights on,
And
though,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. But they're not
And we
show
don't
lights.
know where she visited. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, she could just be walking by.
We don't know where
Ooh.
she's at. Yeah.
No, no. This This is just, I mean, it's easy to see like a shadow in something like that, especially you're looking up. I'm assuming this is a pretty large theater. You're looking up and
A man in a tall hat and overcoat. Specific.
Well,
That's
that could be a
rough,
shadow
because I feel
thing.
like that's a common thing people see. It's kind of like the white people see the overcat hats. And
Well, I mean, have you heard those stories?
Maybe it was Lincoln.
Story.
Well, because hats or brains can't make faces, right? We struggle with that.
Yeah.
That's why we see.
That's why we pull them out of things. Yeah. So 0 on this
0
one.
for you. I'm going to go 6 on this one.
All right.
A little less than the others. All right. One more. The Lady in White.
Oh, Jesus.
Not much is
Does she
known.
fight with the lady in red?
Not much is known about the mysterious white lady that sometimes manifests herself to people. Was she an actress? Did she work at the hotel? Nobody knows. Sorry, I didn't put down where I got this quote from. I'm sorry, everybody. But the list of the sources will be in there, show notes. But there's another lady spirit that haunts the theater whose identity. Sorry, that must be that's Lady in Red. So just know there's a woman in white. People see her. That's all I got. I don't have a lot.
Okay.
I just had to put it in because Pat likes the Lady in white.
Katie, I'm going to let you go first on this one again.
Well, based on so much information we have. I don't. I mean, a lot of people see the Lady in White, but we always see the Lady in White.
Yeah.
So Lady in Red versus Lady in White, was it about the same for who saw what, or for the
No, it
Oh.
sounds like the
stories
Lady in
were?
Red is much more common
Okay.
sighting.
Okay.
Yeah, than the Lady in White.
So then, I'm gonna go with no for Lady in White.
Yeah.
It's just pretty.
I'm going to say that there's absolutely no details to debate here. What do you want me
It
to
is rough.
debate? That
People see her. That's all I got. That's all I got. I could find no other mention of this
I have
Lady
no
in White.
specifics about like where this
No.
lady in white is seen. What is she doing? Who saw her?
No, we don't have anything.
Any pictures? Any videos?
No.
0.
Okay. There were some pictures that I found that I will try to add to the show notes. They had some shadows in them, but they weren't super convincing to me, so I did not.
Oh, okay.
include
So
them.
they weren't convincing. So you just decided
But
not
I
to
can add
include
them. People want to
Yeah.
look at them. So I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it a 5 because it's
On what information are you giving it a 5
I don't know
on?
because supposedly people have seen it. So all right, I'll give it a 5, but I'm not going higher than that.
Okay. All right. So what is
about
your?
you guys?
Oh yeah, I gave it a 0 already.
In your mind?
No, I said it out loud. I did.
Katie, how about
Katie,
you?
what would you say?
I think a 6.
A 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
just based
Okay.
on theaters and the hotel
I
history
mean,
and
right.
the number of different sightings. So
Okay. Now this
All
is
right.
for the Lady in White that we're talking about.
Oh,
You're giving us.
Lady in White. Sorry, no, she was like a 1.
Oh, 1.
So
Okay,
sorry. I thought it was
okay.
overall.
No,
My
we're
bad.
gonna do that
Overall,
next.
okay.
Yeah.
You give the Lady
okay.
in White a 5? Okay. Sorry. Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
that was a little high there.
All right, maybe a 4. Maybe it's a 4. All right.
Okay, well,
Stand by your
so
5.
then let's go to the overall rating.
Okay.
And Katie, you're at a 6.
Yeah.
You said.
Spoiler. It's a 6.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 0. I think because all of my other stuff has been 0, so I'm just averaging out.
All right. I'm gonna go a 7.
7.
Yeah, I had some 7s in there, and then there were a few that were lower, but this thing is haunted.
Okay. All
It's
right.
a theater,
Probably,
a lot of dramatics. The hotel,
The
how many
hotel.
things have happened there? People
Mhm.
died there.
Mhm.
Like, it's haunted. Like, that's just end of story.
Just end of story. That's it. You've decided.
And scene.
That's it. But of course, we can't make that our end of story because that's not how it works, right?
No, and that brings us to the closing arguments. This is our last chance to convince you to vote our way. We are each given 1 minute of uninterrupted time. We will time each other on our cell phones to keep each other honest. Rebecca will, you'll time both me and Katie.
I will. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. You can go first. And are you ready?
I am.
And go.
All right. So the Dock Street Theater, I think it's haunted. The good thing is not by scary ghosts. It seems like everybody's fine. They're just there. I think the Lady in Red is maybe and again, we don't know if the story about the lightning and, whatever, her shouting disparaging comments into the night is true. But do I think that there is some woman who had something tragic happen to her at the hotel that died and who still haunts it? Absolutely. You know, there's been a number of sightings, and especially the detail about coming up from her knees, like because of the renovations, makes sense to me. Also, the guy who had the cold wind and the doors all closed, that is very convincing evidence to me. So it's haunted.
All right. You had 7 seconds to go.
Yeah.
So do you want to
Yeah,
give
I
that
did.
7 seconds to Katie then?
If she needs
I
it.
don't think she does.
You don't think she
If
does?
she needs it, you can have it.
All right. Katie, you ready?
Yeah.
And Rebecca's going to time you. So
Okay.
All right. Or do you want Pat to go first? You can make him go first.
Well, I feel like mine might be similar to yours. So I don't know if we want to do Pat first and then circle back to me.
All right, we
'cause
can do
might
that.
have
Yeah,
some
yeah.
let's
overlap.
have Pat first because then you can rebut his arguments.
Okay,
That's
right.
Oh,
good.
geez.
That's
Yeah,
how
we're
that-
strategizing. I
Yeah,
love
exactly. All right, you ready?
yes.
Okay, go.
There's more evidence that Casper the ghost existed than any of these ghosts existed. There's just no evidence. This just because it's old and just because it's a theater does not make it haunted. That's just there's no scientific proof here. There's nothing. There's no pictures, no videos, absolutely nothing except for some pictures that Rebecca decided to leave out of the discussion because she didn't like them. So I'm just going to say you have to vote no on this one.
You know, I would say go vote by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't
It'll
do
be
real,
the day
but you
later.
can vote on Ghostly.
Yes. Go to ghostlypodcast.com and go to the polls.
You got it. All right, Katie, you ready?
it. Yes.
Okay, go.
If we're waiting for scientific evidence for ghosts, like that's going to be rough, right? That's the rough thing to get. So you have to go on what people say, and we have to trust people that what they see, they see. So I do think the lady in red is there. I agree with you. I don't think she's necessarily Nettie with her very dramatic story. And then things moving and things, the fact that it is an old space at the hotel, and then just like energy lingers. And I feel like the Depression era stuff, and then just being a hotel has a lot of energy, heightened energy that I think is still there today. And that is all I have, which is so much time left.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't even need it.
You covered a lot of my points, Rebecca.
Right?
So.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to, you know, I want to keep going, but I can't.
Nope. You always want to keep going.
do.
Sometimes you have ignored the timer,
I
too.
can give her my
so.
27 seconds.
No, it
Oh, I
doesn't
see.
work.
She could have given me her time, but I can't give her my time.
You're a
Okay.
guest. It's different.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone so much for listening. Please share us with your friends and family, as word of mouth is our best form of advertisement. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. I don't know why you wouldn't have. But Katie, what do you got going on?
Nothing. I have
Nothing.
No,
What?
just some
You
improv
got
shows.
all
That's
kinds
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Tell
Night
us about
Moose,
your
tell us about Night
improv.
Moose.
Doing an improv show at the Haunted Arcada in St. Charles.
Ooh. So who's Night Moose? What are
is
you
This
guys?
is an improv, a collection of improvisers who like to giggle at ourselves and hopefully make other people giggle as well.
Nice.
And you do murder mystery things
Yes,
too, right?
we do murder mysteries. Yes.
At the Arcada?
So, at the Arcada, yes.
Okay.
And, the Theater in Des Plaines that is adjoined to the Arcada. I
Ooh.
forget I think it's just the Des
Oh,
Now,
Plaines.
is that one haunted
that's
too?
right.
I mean, I'm assuming, but I haven't seen anything.
There's a lot
I
of
mean-
murders that happen in there.
All I know is the theater's very dramatic, lots of dramatic people.
Mhm.
Definitely.
What are you saying? I'm not dramatic.
And the two of you have a show coming up, right?
Yes, we do on December 10th and 11th or 9th and 10th.
I think it's 9th and 10th.
I think it's December 9th and 10th. Yeah. And that will be at Side Street Studio Arts in Elgin. We will be doing a hallmarked classic Christmas carol. So improvised. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're really excited about that. Or I am, at least.
I am not. No, I am too.
But that's about it. So we do have some people that we would like to thank, though. Our producers, our VIP patrons. We have Alicia,
Carrie,
Becky,
Natalie,
Kim,
Ta,
Ernie,
Marisol,
Shayla,
Cindy,
Kevin,
Nicole,
Jessica,
Alice,
Austin,
Aaron,
Hope,
and Candy.
and that is it. On the next episode, we will be talking about time slips and it comes out on November 23rd.
Yeah,
Good one.
I am like already scared about this. Like these stories are so creepy.
The next episode will be our last episode of the year, last official episode of the year. We might have a little surprise for you guys.
We do have a surprise for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't worry. You're gonna have plenty to listen to.
Yeah,
for the rest of the year.
So nobody panic is what you're saying.
Nobody panic.
I mean, if you want to panic, you can panic a little bit. You know,
All I know-
just keep to yourself with your panicking.
This is going to come out in time for Thanksgiving. It's going to be super creepy. And yeah.
Have you ever heard of time slips?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were going to do that with you. I'm sorry we didn't.
No.
That was the one.
We wanted to pick like a more traditional haunted thing
Yeah.
for you. Have you had a time slip happen?
I have not. It's just interesting because I imagine it's something you're like you have to question yourself, right? It's
Right.
so
Yeah.
hard to, and it's such an easy thing. Yeah.
Well, we were
It's creepy.
inspired by Taz's story that he got with his alien thing. I don't know if you listened to those episodes, but we did a listener mail with him and his stories about like losing basically like an hour of time or whatever it was. And it was like,
And his friends went to where he should be, and he wasn't there.
Yeah, that's
Like, where was he?
exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, and I might be a little bit more willing to believe that too.
Ooh.
something might get a 1.
Yeah, or maybe a 4.
What?
What?
No, what? Get out.
What?
I did a 4 before. I did.
I know. I've heard the legend
Yeah.
of the 4.
The legend of the 4. But until next time, stay ghostly.
Bye.
Bye.